They got like all up in the corners.
Yeah, stinkers.
Welcome back to Christina's Garage Gearhead in Training. Today, JRB Pest is coming by to do a spray of Matthew's 1968 Mustang Fastback. Last time, as you saw, we took out the seats to prep it for the microbial spray, and we found the rat that had gotten trapped in the trap underneath the passenger seat. Luckily, we took everything out, we were able to remove it, and now we're gonna have everything sprayed down, so not only will it be disinfected, it will also smell much better. This is Elihu. He is a technician with JRB Pest and Sanitation. My husband and I have been using them as a pest control company for a few years now. They have helped us a wide variety of just regular managing our house with spiders, mosquitoes, other critters, and we have had issues with rats in the past, never getting into one of our vehicles. This is the first time we have run into that issue. When I talked to the owner, James Byron, he gave me some tips to be able to share with you guys, because I think that this information is actually quite helpful, and hopefully some of you guys can use it as well. Tip number 1 is to keep it clean. Regularly clean your car, both inside and out. Make sure to remove any food wrappers, crumbs, and other debris that might attract rats. Tip number 2, park wisely. Try to avoid parking near trash bins, tall grass, or other places where rodents are likely to be found. If you can, park your car in a garage. As you can tell, Matthew's car is not in the garage. We are keeping it in our backyard, and at the time when the rats got into the car, our weeds were actually pretty tall. Since then, we had yard people come by to trim down all of the excess vegetation. Tip number 3, seal entry points. Check for any gaps or openings in your car's engine compartment, undercarriage, or interior. Rats can squeeze through surprisingly small spaces, so make sure everything is sealed tightly. When I went to investigate Matthew's car to see if there were any large holes, the only holes that I really saw at the time was where the drive shaft goes through, some of the wiring, right in the firewall. It didn't seem very big, and I was surprised. I was told that rats can, if you can fit your thumb into the hole, that the rats can fit as well. Tip number 4, use deterrents. You can set up tamper-proof bait stations on the outside of your car to mitigate rodents before they find their way in. We do have a bait box in our front yard, and we have 2 bait boxes in the backyard somewhat near the car. Tip number 5, install traps. If you suspect that rats are already in or around your car, you can set up traps to catch them. Be cautious when handling traps and dispose of the captured rodents properly. This is what we ended up doing. I had no idea that rats were going to get into the car, and when we were switching out and updating the coil, Jeff saw that there was rat poop and some parts of the stuffing from the seat right behind the driver's seat. That's when I called up JRB Pest, and they came out setting multiple traps in the floor of the vehicle, driver's side, passenger side, also in the rear, driver's side, passenger side, in the trunk, and one on the inside of the driver's side wheel on the floor on the outside of the vehicle. One of those traps did end up catching the rat. It got snapped in it, and then I guess when the rats are dying, they like to go into the smallest crevice possible, which ended up being the passenger side seat, which you saw in the previous video to this one when we located it. Tip number 6, regular inspections. Periodically check your car for signs of rodent activity, such as droppings, chewed wires, or nests. Early detection can help you address the issue before it becomes a major problem. Luckily, that was the case for us. It wasn't a huge problem when we first noticed it. I had only had the car sitting for a couple weeks. Now I'm definitely going to make sure that I take the cover off and check pretty much weekly to make sure that we don't have the rodents returning. If you do end up with rodents in your car, trapping is the most effective way to eliminate. Once eliminated, they use a product called Bac-A-Zap. Bac-A-Zap is a microbial strain of good bacteria that breaks down bad bacteria that is created from dead animals, urine, feces, and other organic matter. It also leaves a pleasant odor. As I was reading over the label for Bac-A-Zap, there were a few things that stuck out
that I thought you guys would find interesting. It is a biosanitation liquid. It is biodegradable and safe for the environment. It is designed to break down and prevent the buildup of starches, proteins, fats, oils, cellulose, urine, and other organic waste. It encapsulates and neutralizes organic odor molecules before consuming the sources of the odor. No wiping or rinsing is required. It is safe for plumbing, fabric safe, and free of dyes. You've been watching this entire video. That is what Elihu is spraying in Matthew's car.
Now that everything is sprayed down, I'm gonna let it sit in the sun and let it dry. After that, I'm gonna put it into the garage, all of the seats and everything into the garage. I'm not gonna put it back into the Mustang today. I'm gonna do that at a later date. If you guys want more information on JRB Pest and to see whether they cover your address, you can check out their website, and all of that information I put in the caption. If you guys want to become a member for my channel, I do have exclusive content. I will continue be doing more exclusive content, especially since I'm going to be driving Matthew's Mustang more often. There's going to be a lot of fun behind the scenes that you won't want to miss. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.